is Zamber. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch with me. Today we are back with more Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix live action adaptation. We are going to be watching season 1 episode 6, Masks, which, if I had to assume, might be the blue spirit mask, or if we're just kind of meaning Ko's like face stealing mask, but I don't know. Overall, I'm very excited to watch. It seems like we're going over to the Fire Nation, which is terrifying. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of iffy on some of these changes so far, but like, I want to see why and where they're going with it. So we'll see. Overall, guys, make sure if you like these reactions and want to see my full uncut reactions or just see my reactions early, you can do that by going over to my Patreon page in the description below, because it really helps out the channel. But without further ado, let's get started.
We spend so much time hiding who we really are, making sure no one sees the person we truly want to be. So it's hard to remember there was a time when we were actually excited to show the world our true face. Very impressive. That uniform suits you well.
Does it look great? I had trouble with the shoulder guards.
That's so cute.
I remember my first war council meeting. They were smaller affairs back then, more private. Ozai, however, seems to enjoy having an audience.
Father says he welcomes different opinions.
I'd advise against testing that. Best to observe and learn for now. There.
How do I look?
Like a prince.
Oh, this is so cute! I love their relationship. They're doing such a good job with it in this one.
Why are we off course? Who changed the heading? Lieutenant G, I asked you a question.
We were given new orders.
New orders by who?
By me.
I am in charge of this mission. I am the commander of this ship.
And I am an admiral. In charge of all operations related to the capture of the Avatar. Of course, I welcome your assistance. In fact, I expect it. I'll need all the resources at my disposal, no matter how minimal. I'll come by later to discuss a few personnel changes I'd like to make. Until then, carry on.
Oh, I like this version of Zhao. He's such a little rat man. I fucking love it. Little rat man. I fucking love him.
Lieutenant G, resume our original course. Did you hear me? Resume course. Lieutenant, do you know what the punishment for mutiny is?
I do, and that's why I can't do what you say. Admiral Zhao was very clear with these orders and what would happen if we didn't follow them.
Shit. Damn.
Are you seriously gonna let this spineless slug tell us what to do? He doesn't know what's at stake!
Zuko! He doesn't know what's at stake! I love how whiny Zuko is! He's such a little spoiled prince and I fucking love it.
For the last 3 years, we've only had each other. And that's still true. Only those of us on this boat know what it's been like. Zhao is not the one who deserves your loyalty. Zuko is.
Loyalty? General, with all due respect, your nephew doesn't know the meaning of the word. If he did, he would have shown us, the people who've been with him night and day for 3 years, a lot more respect.
Oh.
He may be a prince, but he's not our prince.
Ooh.
Sir.
Oh.
I know Zuko has his rough edges. But you must understand, he's been through a lot. And he knows far more about sacrifice than you can ever know.
Are we gonna see the Agni Kai finally? Ooh, this is spicy. I love it. This is so well done. It's making me care so much faster for these characters and allowing me to actually feel like sympathy towards Zuko. Because in the original, especially when I was rewatching season 1, I didn't really feel much sympathy towards Zuko. Like, he had these moments, sure, but I didn't really feel a lot of sympathy towards him because I felt like he was perpetuating a lot of it himself. And I get that's kind of like what Iroh's trying to do, is help him stop that, make his own choices, be his own person. But I feel like they are doing a better job in this series showing that and having Iroh be more this helpful hand instead of like this prideful Zuko. We more so have this kind of like whiny prince. And I like that more. It's more so coming from this place of like ignorance versus like just this prideful person who's like, I must get my honor. Where like this Zuko's much more like, this is my destiny and this is what I'm going to do because I am the prince. So like, you listen. I like this version more. This makes more sense and shows this child ignorance in Zuko, which I like. This is, ooh, it's so, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They're doing it so well. Oh, this is so cool to see. It's so intimidating. Oh, that's cool. That's a good show to show, like, you know, this place is no longer for Roku and now it's Ozai. I like that. Like, immediately out the gate, showing us viewers or something.
I'm the Avatar.
We know.
Uh-oh.
Wait!
That was cool.
You're supposed to be men of peace.
Yeah.
After him!
I like how that scene happened. That was sick.
I'm a friend.
Oh, they still got this cool lamp thing! That's awesome! Okay, yeah, but we don't have the necklace to go off of.
Oh,
June.
easy girl. Got us that, have we?
Sorry, how do we even know that's
Okay,
the right
Nyla.
thing?
Let's go.
I'm sorry, so we're just like, we found a random piece of like Aang's coat shawl and we're just going off of that. We don't even know. That's what's confusing, because in the show we have Katara's necklace and that's what we use to follow the scent to find Katara, Aang, and all of them. But in this we just like have some random piece of cloth that we found on a tree. Like, we don't even know. Granted, yes, not a lot of people wear a bright red outfit, but like, I don't like super buy that, so I don't really understand like why we just didn't do the necklace. It's really weird not to have necklace. I don't know. I don't quite get that, but whatever, I guess. Moving the story along.
So, all of this belonged to Roku?
These are relics from previous avatars that my grandfather gathered for safekeeping.
Interesting.
I need to make contact with Avatar Roku. He's the only one who can tell me how to save my friends.
I will hold him off for as long as I can.
Oh, wow.
Who could provide balance is Fire Lord Osai. He will unify the world, not the Avatar. And you have no idea how powerful he will soon become.
A little sad that we're kind of cutting some of the time spent here in the temple. Again, I really am missing Sokka's like really cool moment of being able to like trick the disciples. I guess I'm not sure what to call the people in the temple here, but we'll say disciples. I like that we like tricked the disciples into opening the doors with the blasting powder. I think that's actually what it's called, blasting powder. It was just a good moment for Sokka, so I'm really sad that we're cutting that. But I do think we have an interesting like moments coming up here to see like, is Zhao going to come here? Is Zuko going to come here? Like, where are we? Because we have June coming, you know? So like how are we blending June in with this? It's weird. I'm a little unsure. I missed the timetable of the sundial thing, but...
Who dares disturb the peace of the Avatar?
It's me, Aang.
Is it not customary to bow before your elders?
What the fuck is this, ROKU?
And hop on one leg?
What the fuck?
Forgive me! I couldn't resist.
Oh.
It's good to see you, Aang.
I was just about to be like, what the fuck? I was gonna be like, ROKU, please! I believed in you! It's fine.
Figure things out on my own. That is part of my journey.
Sounds like her. Kyoshi has always been kind of... The Avatar must also be a diplomat.
So, we can solve the world's problems without hurting anyone?
We can try. Anything you need.
It has to do with Ko.
Anything but that.
Oh.
You don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
I heard you defeated him once.
No, I never defeated him. I only managed to take something from him.
Sounds like something he'd be willing to trade for. Thank you, ROKU.
I hope that you're able to save your friends. But the truth is, for the Avatar, friends can be... a liability.
Ooh.
Placing the world's needs ahead of your needs. On that, Kyoshi and I agree. Trust me. It'll save you and the ones you love a lot of pain.
Aww. Okay, uppies, we gotta get going. Is the totem here, by the way? Is it in the stack of crap? Yeah. Sorry, shouldn't have called it crap, but you know, the shit. Yeah, it's also not shit. The Avatar's previous stuff. There's the words I was looking for. Wait, are we not gonna see ROKU beat everybody up? What the hell? Oh no. Is Zuko here or Zhao? Oh, it's June.
Paralyzed.
Uh-oh. Oh, so June is here now. Oh no. Oh. Wow. Good job, June. She actually gets him in this one. Good for her. Well, a good working woman getting paid. You love to see it. Love seeing women succeed.
You need to let me go. No, really.
Oh.
You need to let me go. People are depending on me.
As far as I'm concerned, the world's just fine the way it is. Time's up, Avatar.
Oh.
You did it. You actually got him.
Feel free to count it.
I trust you.
Ooh.
You know why?
Because if there's any missing, you'll come after us.
Because you're so cute.
Ow!
Oh, and careful. This one's got a lot of heat on him. Bunch of hunters been sniffing around. Folks not to be messed with. See you around, Avatar.
Oh my god, all her little wings are beautiful. I do like that Ira's like, ooh.
My friends are in danger, and I'm the only one who can save them. You couldn't have always been this way. What happened to you?
Ooh.
The Earth Kingdom's forces are concentrated along the southern coast.
Huh. Interesting, like, transitions in the story.
This isn't something you learn in a textbook.
Ooh.
Little boys should know better than to play at war.
It's a terrible plan.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
I said, it's a terrible plan. Soldiers are gonna die, and for what? It's unworthy of a Fire Nation officer.
Oh.
You dare question?
Enough!
There is only one way to resolve this. Agni Kai.
Oh. Zuko's scene of speaking out was different. I'm not sure if I liked it. Number one, like, I don't like that Iroh wasn't, like, near him. I don't know. I missed having, like, support there. So I'm kind of sad that Iroh wasn't there. or at least visible to us. While the scene still played out similar, I felt like it all was a little bit, and I felt like Zuko's, like, it was like rushed, because he spoke out after the meeting finished, and then he was like, "You're bad, General," which, yes, is an insult to Papa, but Papa literally, like, just turned around and he's just like, "We'll settle this with an Agni Kai." Versus, like, having that moment to be like, "Are you insulting one of my generals?" Like, I would have liked a voice raised there, and then have Zuko be like, "No, what I'm like, I'm just saying," and he's like, "We will settle this with an Agni Kai." Like, I would have liked one more line of dialogue to maybe better explain and, like, add some immediate weight to what an Agni Kai is, because we don't know, as an audience, general audience, we don't know what those words mean. We have no idea what an Agni Kai is at this point. So him just being like, "We'll settle this with an Agni Kai," is like, a what? A who? What's that? Where, like, I feel like if we had Ozai be like, "Are you insulting one of my generals?" and then be like, "We will settle this with an Agni Kai," it gives me that immediate, like, oh, this is okay. This is how we settle, like, disputes between people, and, like, and when it's that intensity, like, he just kind of turned around and he's like, "We'll settle this with an Agni Kai." It just wasn't. I needed, like, him to raise his voice a little bit as Zuko, just a little bit more. I think that would have helped add a little bit more weight to be like, "Oh, like, what are we doing?" So, yeah. Oh.
Let us through! You know who I am? Of course we do. Just as we all know you're in defiance of my orders, which means that by disrespecting me, you're dishonoring your father, which I guess shouldn't be surprising, given the stories I've heard.
Ooh!
Where will you take him?
Hohai's stronghold for the night, then straight to Capital City. I'm sure the Fire Lord is eager to take possession of his prize. He's been waiting a long time, and I don't want him to be disappointed any more than he already has been.
I like that Zhao's a little rat man. I like that he's not, like, strong, intimidating. He's just a little fucking rat. It's cool.
Hohai's stronghold is impenetrable. Why do you think Zhao told us he was going there? He knows attacking it would be suicide. Entire armies have tried and failed.
Oh, wow.
Not only that, but Hohai lies inside Fire Nation borders. Going there would violate your banishment.
Damn.
I don't care.
But Ozai does. And if he finds out,
But the Avatar
he is lost! For now!
Ah!
I gotta stop laughing at Zuko, but it's so cute.
Patience.
Aww. God, their relationship, Iroh and Zuko's, is so freaking good. And I love how fucking whiny Zuko is. Just, oh, he's such a drama queen and I love it.
You have to let me go.
No. There are 4 guards, not 3. And both his hands and his feet are shackled. Make sure you get it right.
There are innocent lives at stake.
If I were you, I'd be thinking less about my past and more about my future.
It's not my future I'm worried about.
Oh.
Really? I mean, I'd worry a little. What are you doing? Don't write that down.
I like this Zhao so much more than the original. because he was scary, intimidating, flying off the handle. Where like when Aang did that originally, I thought he would turn around and just smack Aang and be like, I don't need you alive. But like this, he's a little fucking rat man. So when these goofy things happen to him, he's like, it's like, ha! Little rat man got a little rat tail pulled. I'm sorry, is that a plastic mask? Why is it not more weathered? There's a little bit on the eyebrow, but could we not weather this mask a little more?
You know it, as much wine as I could haul.
Oh, that's so cool.
Gonna be some night, huh?
So we're combining the blue spirit with the solstice. I don't dislike this combination. It makes more sense now why Sokka and Katara had to like be brought somewhere. That's so freaking cool. That was a really cool shot. I liked it.
Who are you? Right. Run now. Talk later.
The mask is kind of silly. It looks badass in the cartoon. Here it's just a little silly.
Make sure to include the full transcript of my speech, but change loyal to faithful. Sounds more personal. Also, make sure the great sage has everything he needs for his research.
Ooh. Yeah. Start writing, please, sir.
Now, is that loyal or faithful, sir?
I love Zhao. He's a little fucking rat admiral man, and I think it's so fun. I love his changes because when he gets embarrassed, it's so much funnier because he's a little fucking rat man. I love it. I think this is fun. Where like the other Zhao, like when like Aang like kind of blows him and like knocks him off his feet, I was scared he was gonna go beat up Aang. Like he seems like the kind of guy who would beat up a child and not think twice. This little rat man, like he's got no backbone. I love it. He's a little Weasley rat. I love him.
The Avatar has escaped! There, on the wall! Don't let them get to the gate!
Oh, Zhao.
The Avatar! Stop him!
Oh, that was Oh, that was sick. Aw, this is cool. This was the fight scenes I was most excited to see. So I'm glad that it's like, that they're doing it a lot of justice here. This is really cool to watch.
Take this!
Are they actually gonna do like the pole vaulting scene?
Pop on!
Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that they kept it. I thought this might get changed because it was kind of too extra. Oh. Ooh.
Open the gate!
I like that we showed that he's actually drawing blood. I appreciate that.
Do you have a shot?
Yeah, but we still have the archers.
Take him out.
Ooh.
Kill the mercenary! And recover the Avatar!
Oh, you can see the cut on his face. Ew! You gotta help him, baby boy. I don't know how I feel about some of these changes though.
Check over there.
I have a small boat nearby.
Oh, hi.
You can't go anywhere. Not with those soldiers still out there.
Okay, so this all pretty much the same. Aang takes him back, takes care of him. Still pretty similar, which I'm glad. Again, I feel like since Aang knows that Zuko was the one that captured him and like saw the mutiny, this whole scene hits really differently, because I think Aang could piece together that Zuko wants to be the one to turn him in, and I feel like our like sympathy and that moment of like maybe Zuko's not like a bad guy gets lost here because of the fact that like we literally just had Zuko trying to capture Aang. So I feel nah.
What?
Nothing.
You're clearly staring.
Goat hair or rabbit?
Aww.
Your calligraphy brush. Goat hair or rabbit?
Aww.
Your characters are so neat. I mean, I could never get mine like that. Monks used to say lemur droppings were more legible than my brush strokes.
Aww. Cute.
I know I shouldn't have taken your notebook. I'm sorry. You have information on all the past avatars that no one else has.
Wow. Dang.
So all I had was your notebook.
Aww.
I can't tell you how many nights I stayed up reading it. It helped me a lot.
Zuko's like,
I mean,
you like my dream journal?
Helped me a lot.
Look at that little smile! Someone liked my journal. No, them bonding over the dream journal. That's really cute. It's a different change. Having like Zuko's avatar book be helpful towards Aang. I don't dislike it. It makes more sense why Aang took the book, because I thought it was weird, but it does make sense to have like this moment to be like, Zuko, you've been like helping me. Even if you don't know it, your book has been so helpful to me more than like a lot of other things. So like, thank you for letting me use this book. It's a nice scene. It's just different and not in a bad way, but it's, again, it's all sullied for me because of the fact that like literally Zuko just captured Aang and then got taken away. So it seems very obvious that Zuko's just trying to recapture Aang and that's why he saved him. It's less of like maybe Zuko's a good guy. It falls flat still for me.
You know what the Fire Lord is doing is wrong. So you don't have to be like him.
Dang.
You can show some compassion.
How dare you? I'm the crown prince of the Fire Nation. I will be the example for all firebenders. And my father is a great man. Compassion? Compassion is a sign of weakness.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Ooh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Aww.
I have a feeling you've been hurt more than enough.
Oh, that's such a good line. Damn. Oh, wow. And this is where
Prepare
we get
yourself.
I'm here to duel General Lee.
My plans. My strategy. My military, that's what you have insulted.
Forgive me, Father. I meant no disrespect.
Rise.
No, please, Father.
Rise! Brother!
Ow!
Don't do this.
Oh, Zaddy just, ooh, like hulking out. Oh my God. Like, you know, I'm not really like, I consider myself to be like a demisexual individual. So like, it's more so like, you know, like you got a hot personality, but seeing a man just like rip off his like cloak and the like chain with like his boobas, it's like, oh my. Like rip me in half, like damn. Like, come on, like, oh my God, I need that like as a wallpaper, him just like The room got awfully hot after that, and I'm not just talking about his firebending. Okay, serious though, serious. Ooh, focus in. Oh, whoa. Oh gosh, his arm.
Compassion is a sign of weakness.
Ooh. Ooh, like the Agni Kai was great. I love the choreography, was really good. The firebending super sick. But like watching it was rough. Like, oh, like my stomach just drops. It's a sad scene. And seeing Iroh turn away, like, oh, it hurts even more. Aww.
The soldiers are gone, so should be able to get back to your ship without getting spotted.
Oh, but
you know the worst part about being born 100 years ago? I miss my friends.
Aww.
Like Kusan. He was the best. And Tears from the Fire Nation. If we knew each other back then,
Aww.
do you think we could have been friends?
I'm glad that line stayed. Take that as a no. Bye, Zuko. We'll see you again soon, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
You should turn in, sir. We'll keep watch. Any sign of the prince, we'll let you know.
Thank you, Lieutenant. But I'll wait a little longer.
Aww.
You're wrong, you know. About him not caring. Have you ever wondered how you and the others were assigned this mission? The doctor's creating a special herbal balm just for you. The good news is, he says your vision will be fine, which means you have the good fortune of continuing to bask in my beauty.
Iroh. That's so cute. I know he's trying to make him laugh, but that's adorable. Oh, God.
Now is not a good time.
I wish to speak with my son.
He's hurt.
He'll recover.
But he'll never heal.
Ooh.
You held back today. Maybe you saw that as a sign of respect, but it wasn't. It was weakness. You must be willing to give up the weak to make yourself strong. That is what makes us the Fire Nation. That is why we sacrifice the 41st Division. That is what you must do.
Sometimes the weak can become stronger.
Ooh.
I have made a mistake.
Oh!
I've sheltered you, and it's made you soft like your mother.
Oof.
You will leave here immediately, and you are not to return until you have conquered the greatest remaining threat to our nation's destiny.
Wow.
You will find, capture, and bring me the Avatar.
And
since you're so concerned with the 41st Division, take them with you as your crew.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, you know, like sad, but like that's so cool.
40. We're the 41st.
And you're all alive because of my nephew's sacrifice.
Wait, what? So they're the 41st Division? That's new, right? I'm not crazy. I don't remember that. That's sick. I'm pretty sure we've never like established who Zuko's crew is. I think if I remember right, weren't some of them like Iroh's men, and that's kind of how they get a crew? It's because they like Iroh. I believe that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's so cool that like Ozai has the 41st Division coming with Zuko as the crew. That's such a cool change. And I think it does fix my problem with the Storm episode and the crew just being like, oh, he had an Agni Kai, like, feel bad for the guy, he got hurt, like, we'll be faithful to him. Yep. Where, like, in this, it's like, as the crew members, it's like, I would have died. My life would have just become fodder if it wasn't for this boy standing up for us in our lives. And he got cast aside because he showed he cared for somebody. And because of that, now Zuko is a bit more of a cold-hearted person, but he did show he cared for somebody, and it was our lives on the table. I think it hit so much harder. It's like, oh, like, that's such a good change. And it really solves my issue of, like, there's no reason for the crew to suddenly be more faithful just because they found out, like, it was actually an Agni Kai fight. And it's like, oh, I guess we have to feel sympathy for this guy. We're like, no, it's like, oh my God, like, I wouldn't be alive. Like, I owe this prince my life because he cared about us when no other general, like, did. So, oh God, that's a cool change. I love that. I really, really love that, and adds more weight to Zuko's decision and allows us to see just how that action changed everything. So that's cool. That's really cool.
I'm not going to ask you where you went. But in the future, nephew, I would appreciate it if you let me know whether or not you're still alive.
Aww.
There actually are a few of us who care about such things.
Attention!
Ooh.
Our prince has returned.
Aww.
What's going on?
They must have missed you at music night.
That's cute. This whole scene's cool. I really, really like this. Them showing him, like, respect. And him being like, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? Aww. Oh, baby boy. Oh, Arrow! Aww.
It's amazing how far we'll go to hide our true selves from the world.
Are we gonna, like, get through this? How much time is left in this episode?
Because we don't want people to know how much they really mean to us.
So when did you get your glider back?
Which is funny, because the truth is, we would do anything for them.
I feel like we're gonna gleam over this last section. I guess we're just
We
trading.
travel incredible distances, risk our lives, even fight monsters.
Okay, but we don't even know if they're alive. Let's be real here. Huh. Okay.
But I suppose it can be scary to admit you need people. Some might see that as a weakness, a liability.
Aww. Oh, we're not getting any more go? No, that's really it. And he's just letting people go. Okay, but, like, we didn't do anything with Hey Bye. Hello? I'm sorry. Continuity XP here. Are we ignoring Hey Bye? Are we gonna do that in the next episode? We didn't do anything about Hey Bye. Like, we didn't, like, explain why people were, like, going through the veil. It was just weak. Really explain, like, that this was happening. We didn't really heal him or anything. This is weird. I feel like that fell through in the end because we just didn't have time to keep going in the episode. They're like, go, 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 go.
or worse.
Yeah.
Cancer?
Finding
felt
out
like
someone
my
you
heart
love
dropped.
has left you behind. I guess that's why we feel the need to hide away and protect ourselves.
Oh, that's such a cool shot. Oh, tucking him in is so freaking cute.
So we put on a mask. It's not hard to understand why. What's hard is knowing that sometimes the mask is who we really are.
That's what the mask is. Oh, okay, so Iroh kind of has an idea about the blue spirit now. Cool, cool, cool. We had a lot of changes in these last 2 episodes. I immediately, general audience, I really liked this episode. It showed us a lot of Zuko's character. Very beautiful moments with just like Iroh coming in to narrate a lot of scenes, which was lovely. Getting to see the reason why Zuko's crew is changing and that beautiful moment with the 41st Division. Super cool. Love, 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 love that. I love it even with the change too. I think it's a very beautiful moment and explains a lot more for these characters and adds more depth to them. And maybe why Zuko... It explains why Zuko may be a little bit more prissy to these characters and a little bit of like, why are you not listening to me? Because like Zuko never told them. Nobody told these people. So it does make more sense. Like, why are you being more faithful to like Zhao? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're my crew and it's like, I saved your lives. And maybe Zuko doesn't think that way exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's had the thought a few times but never said it. So I really do enjoy that. It explains a lot for me. I love Zhao. I love Zhao. I'm so excited to see him at the North because he's going to turn, hopefully, be a little bit more intimidating, a little bit more like, because I feel like we have good cause to keep building him because, you know, Azula put her trust in him and now Ozai put his trust in Zhao. So now Zhao's going to look even more like an idiot because he didn't actually successfully capture the Avatar. So now Ozai is going to be breathing down his neck. Azula is going to be breathing down his neck. And now he's going to have his whole thing at the North, which I'm curious to figure out like how they're going to do the North and Zhao and the fish and spirits, all that stuff. It'll be interesting. But I like Zhao's character. I think we're getting more to this like insanity levels because now that he's failed, it's gonna be big deal for him. I liked that Aang and Zuko got to talk a little bit longer and that Zuko was more so a participant in this conversation. Like, yeah, he didn't talk a lot, but I do like that at least there was some bonding moment between Aang and Zuko, and that Zuko kind of like had that like little smirk on his face where he's like, somebody like actually appreciated my journal and like that's so cool that I'm not crazy and like, so like, you know, like it's fun. And that they had the little like, you know, like brush stroke, blah, 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 blah. Learning that was fun. And like they got to see that they're not so different, especially since we didn't have the Storm episode for us as the viewers to like have that direct like back and forth between their story moments to show that these characters are not so different. Where at least in this, we got to verbally like kind of weave into one another and be like, I also had to do that. Like, I get that. So it was done well. I was a little bit concerned with it at first. and I still don't love it due to the fact that, like, I feel like Aang's being a little bit naive now. Because in the cartoon, Zuko runs off because he hears Zhao captures the Avatar. And Zuko's like, no, he can't do that. Like, I gotta go stop him. Where in this, Zhao takes the Avatar from Zuko. Zuko's like, can't let him do that. Gotta go get him. Where now Aang was privy to the fact that, like, Zuko, you know, had just had him and that Zhao took him away from Zuko. One could piece together, obviously, that turning in the Avatar to the Fire Lord is going to give you a lot of fame and glory. So I feel like for Aang, he's like, he could piece together Zuko's maybe not doing this to just help Aang out. That's more so from a place of he wants the fame and glory. So, that's my one thing that I disliked. Though I didn't hate how we blended in all the stories. Like, having the solstice, meeting ROKU, to then transitioning to have June going after Aang, to going to the Fire Nation, the June being the one who, like, stops everybody and captures him. June getting her win and getting paid, baby, for capturing him. We love women's successes. Yes, women's successes. We love a successful woman. Yes, we do, June. I will say I actually did kind of miss, like, Iroh and June's little, like, flirtiness. I felt like it was kind of, like, maybe more subdued than I would have liked. I actually would have liked if they kind of flirted a little more. Like, Iroh flirted back just like a little bit more, like a little bit more. But it's fine. I felt like it was more of like a cute little flirty flirt than like anything serious or creepy per se. Like, it was clear she was just having more success with Iroh, so she just, you know, pushed it a little bit more, used a little more charm on him, since he seemed to be more susceptible to it. And that just shows the strength of her character and, like, her knowledge and, you know, the world that she's built and had to grow up in. She's just more of a master of and manipulating that. So I did enjoy that. ROKU, I got so scared at the start. Oh my god, they baited me so hard with ROKU. I literally, like, my face, I was like, no. Like, they didn't mess up ROKU, did they? Like, no. I was gonna be so upset. But no. It was fine. It was fine. He's still silly. I would dare to say he's a little too silly. Like, halfway through his conversation, he became kind of the ROKU we know, where he was like, me and Kyoshi agree on these standpoints, blah, 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 blah. But, like, the start, like, after he finished his, like, you know, like, stand on one leg and hop, that part to the middle of his conversation, those felt like what Boomy should have been. Like, closer to cartoon Boomy's goofiness. Which I'm glad that there's a character that still has that. But I felt like they took some of Boomy's goofiness and put it on ROKU, which is a little bit out of place, because I feel like ROKU was more of kind, knowledgeable grandpa of wisdom, where now he's a little more kooky. Granted, I think if ROKU's not going to be our main kind of like avatar guardian, it's a little bit refreshing to have somebody that's a little bit more kooky, especially since a lot of the firebenders we do see are dark and angsty and, you know, coded in a different way. We're seeing a firebender who can laugh and like joke is refreshing, and that's why I liked ROKU so much, is that we get this connection with a firebender to see that not everybody was this way, because we only really have Iroh, and Iroh's on the, you know, eventually becomes a traitor. So I like that we have ROKU. So having ROKU again and still show that like not everybody from the Fire Nation is a, you know, terrifying person. We also get to see that with the disciple of Avatar ROKU's shrine, which becomes Ozai, which I'm glad that still was the case. But we get to see that one person who's like, I am faithful to the Avatar. Let me help you. Glad that was still there. Glad to see, you know, that there's still people holding out hope in the Fire Nation, and it allows us as the viewers to know that not every Fire Nation person is a bad person, which is a good life lesson to learn for anybody to not judge like that. What? I'm trying to think of what else we want to talk about. So I liked ROKU. Again, was scared at the start, but I do like ROKU. I'm a little iffy that we didn't talk about Sozin's comment. Like, what are we doing? Like, is that what we're gonna learn, like, start of season 2, if we get a season 2? Is that we'll start dealing with Sozin's comment then? Or why are we not discussing it? Because that's kind of our timetable. Where, again, all we have now is just that the North is gonna get attacked. But we don't have Sozin's comment as our motivation to learn bending and to go to the North Pole so we can learn waterbending from a waterbending master. Like, I feel like that's our motivation. So if we don't have the comment, I don't feel like Aang has the push to learn waterbending, which we have to learn waterbending. And we are, oh my God, I just realized we're 6 episodes in and Aang has only bended air. We are 6 episodes in and Aang has only bended air. When are we gonna deal with Aang's like conniption? Because if in the Deserter, Aang doesn't want to learn firebending anymore because he hurts Katara. I think we've already had that moment showing the flashback of Aang using his abilities and ending up like knocking off 2 people off the side of a cliff. They didn't die, but it was this terrifying moment of like, oh my God, I'm so strong that I can't like let these powers go crazy. And so because of that, that's his conniption for not wanting to learn any bending. So I'm really confused because like, what's going to happen when we go to the North now? And Aang's like, I don't want to learn waterbending. What is that going to happen? Or does he only feel comfortable having a master? Because he did mention like, I had a master once with Gyatso. Is he gonna be okay when he has like a waterbending master to teach him? Is that his whole thing now? And so that Katara is not enough? Like, what are we doing? Why isn't he learning any? Because like then we don't have them fighting over the scroll, and like I miss that. And it's one of the moments Katara shows like her like frustration. And like I'm not saying anything bad against the Katara actress we have here, because I like her. I think she's really, number one, she's beautiful and she's super funny on the press tour. Love her. Love her as a person. But this Katara character hasn't shown us a lot of like intensity and frustration and aggression. We've had a little bit of like a voice raise with like Jet, but we haven't had a lot of like the like beautiful Katara rage. So I'm a little sad by that. And one of those moments is with the waterbending scroll. Because she's like, I am learning. Like, just like, So I'm sad we don't have the waterbending scroll to do that. And she's like already basically done with it. She said to herself, she's like, I've already like finished the scroll. So like, I gotta make my own moves. I don't know. Aang needs to start learning other bending. I'm getting like antsy. I don't know. I would assume maybe we'll learn about the comment at the end of the season, and that's our cliffhanger. If I had to guess, but I don't know. It really depends on what happens in the next 2 episodes. It's a lot, so we'll see. Overall, I like the episode. I like the change of Zuko's crew for the 41st Division. I thought that was really cool. I can understand the changes to blend the story in better, to just have Katara and Sokka trapped in the spirit world versus only Sokka being trapped. because then we take out the very silly, like, Katara and Sokka just being sick for an episode. I felt like this was a better excuse, but I also felt like their lives were in way more danger this way. Where, like, we don't have time for, like, these excursions and being caught. I felt like they probably would have died like a while ago. Granted, yes, I know time in the spirit world works differently, but I felt like they probably should have died, but eh. And the face stealer stuff was different. He didn't really like steal faces. He was like, I'll get to you when I'm hungry, ooh, instead of just being like, you showed emotion, boop, face gone. So there's things I missed, but there's changes I liked. Overall, general audience view, I really enjoyed it. I didn't really have that many issues. Besides, I think overall, I would have liked a little bit more time in the end. And as an Avatar fan, I would have liked more time with Heibai. I felt like he really got glossed over, and like Heibai like helps us a few times in the spirit world and like is a presence. So I'm sad that like we didn't get that like beautiful moment of him kind of turning into like a panda and like having him be a kind spirit guide when we are in the spirit world in the future. We just didn't really set that up well. So a little sad. But overall, I liked the episode. It was really good. I'm very excited to, we're going to be going to the North Pole soon. So very, very curious how that's going to go down. So thank you guys so much for watching this with me. I really do appreciate it. It's been a very interesting time, and I'm very glad that I rewatched a lot of the first season. So that way I can kind of like really pinpoint and be able to be like, oh, this and that and this and that. It's fun. So make sure you guys go watch those reactions too, because it's a fun time and it's good. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. That way you know when I upload, and I'll see you all later. Bye!